Space News! And this week we have our buddy back again, special guest, friend of the program, friendly neighborhood astronomer, Dean Regas is here this morning. Dean, good to see you, man.
Good to see you guys. Lots going on in space news.
I'm telling you what, and let's just start because you took so many really cool pictures yourself. We saw the Northern Lights again here.
Yeah, this was incredible on Thursday night last week.
Yep.
It was just like predicted, and it showed up with full force. So earlier on the night, it was a little tough to see. Like everybody took their cameras out, did their long exposure photographs, got us all jealous. But then it got better. So right around 10 o'clock, you could actually see this great red glow up in the sky. It was really memorable. So a lot of people went to the city parks. I was at Elms Park. Great view up there, and so let's hope maybe we'll see some more of these too. You never know. The sun's very active right now, so we might get some more Northern Lights coming soon.
Is that unusual to have the number of opportunities to be able to see it in this area? And like you say, that the thing that was set apart this time was, it's one thing to be able to do the long exposure and be like, it's there, but you can't really see it.
It's only with your phone.
Correct. But this time, like my mom was like, but I could see it. I could really see it.
Yeah, it really got people's attention and super exciting. I mean, I've seen the Northern Lights before this year. I saw them 3 times, twice in Northern Canada and once in Cincinnati back in 2001, where we had this unusual show. But I've seen them 3 times this season. Right. So we had May 10th in Cincinnati.
Crazy. Yeah.
In September, I got to see them in the Grand Canyon, actually, with the canyon there.
Wow.
And then just last week. So I've doubled my...
You're our good luck charm.
Well, let's keep it going. That's what I say. Let's keep it going.
Do explain, if you can, why the city, this is something I've talked about, but I think coming from you, it's even more reputable and understandable, why the city lights distort that ability for us to see it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, light pollution is a problem. Like the more lights you have in the city, the fewer stars you see at night.
Right.
And so that is one of the effects, is that it's a little bit hard to get to a dark spot to see as many of the Northern Lights or as many of the stars. So there's a lot of parks that you can go to that are open late. So city parks are open till 10 o'clock, at least a lot of them are.
Yeah.
And so then you can see there, you get a little bit away from the lights, but if you can get out in the country, it's even better. And then we have a meteor shower coming up here towards the mid-month called the Orionids. Should be just an okay one, not exactly awesome. But we also have the comet that's up in the sky, which is also pretty cool, but not completely awesome. But some people saw the comet last night. I got to see the comet last night for the first time. It was subtle and cool. It's not going to
blow your mind.
And then of course all the people taking pictures of the comet. Way better than the actuality, but still cool.
I think we need a Dean Regas level of awesomeness scale to determine whether or not we need to
take his head up and down the scale.
Right. Something else that's coming up. So we talked about Northern Lights. That has already happened. We hope it's going to happen again. But Supermoon is coming for sure, and that should be easier to see.
It already feels bigger.
Yeah, absolutely. And the scale of coolness factor, Supermoon is up there because it's so easy to see. It's so visible. Whereas the comet, you got to be really subtle with it. The Northern Lights, you got to have the cameras. But with the Supermoon, it is really cool. And so we have the biggest, closest full moon of the year coming up Wednesday night. So you can watch it rising right after sunset. And it's a great time of year for this. I saw the weather's going to be a little cooler, but hopefully clear on Wednesday. So I'm doing a big viewing event up at Alt Park, partnering with the parks for that.
Nice.
So that'll be Wednesday night, 6 to 8 o'clock. We'll have some telescopes set up, watch the moonrise. And I'm not going to promise the comet, but I'm going to say there's a chance to see the comet also while we're out there as well. And who knows, Northern Lights. No, I'm not going to. But
going for the trifecta.
On the scale of cool things, Supermoon it's kind of one of those things where astronomers get a little edgy about it, because it's not like the moon looks twice as big. It's not like you're going to be like, whoa, but it is very big. It's noticeable, and it's very, very bright. And for me, I think it's a good excuse for people to get out with their friends and family, just kick back and watch a moonrise, because not a lot of people have seen that. So
and it's not too late either. With you saying 6 to 8, which is really nice, and it's going to have an orange hue to it too, right?
Should have an orange hue, like when it's low in the sky. It's usually red, so it'd be pretty cool looking for that. But great chance for people to come out with friends and family. And Alt Park is such a great spot to view. So, and it's free, open to the public. Come on out.
And much better to see from a telescope, because unlike the Northern Lights, our phones make it small.
Yeah,
when you
with
try and
phone-
take a picture with your phone, it does no justice.
It feels like you don't get
It's
anything.
so weird.
It's true. And so we'll have some telescopes set up, and I have this little camera adapter where you put your phone right up to it, take a
cool.
picture
Nice.
also.
Through the,
and
put it up to the
through-
telescope.
You're getting that
Yes.
in-depth
Oh,
that's neat.
look.
That's
yes,
neat.
so
Very
there's
cool.
ways you can do that, and yeah, it should be a fun event.
Cool. Okay, I would rank this very high on the cool list, but it's not one of those things you look up and observe. I just think the idea of the Europa Clipper is a really fascinating project. What's that all about?
Absolutely, that is on the top of the Dean scale. I'd put it on 10, 11-ish, something like that. Yeah, we're sending...
off the scale, maybe.
Okay, well, let's go 9.5. Okay,
Okay,
but still,
okay.
the Europa Clipper mission, this is a mission going out to one of Jupiter's moons,
Yeah.
this icy moon that potentially has more water on it in liquid form than on all of the Earth. So it's a
Wow.
teeny tiny moon, very, very far away. It's
crazy.
And so we're sending this mission out there. It's going to take years to get there, but it's a preliminary mission where it's going to circle around this moon, look for cracks in the ice, try to measure the depth of the ice, try to see how much water is there, and then for a future mission, send a drill to drill through the ice, robotic submarine to swim around the oceans of Europa,
Oh!
and find sharks. No, we'll find maybe something, maybe nothing. But it's a really cool moon, and so on this is what I've been looking for. Mermaids, sure. I never thought of that. I always go with sharks, but that is one of the most exciting missions. It's been on the books for a long time, and astronomers are giddy about this thing. Once it launches, then we're all just like geeking out on it.
I was trying to wrap my brain a little bit around the idea of there being liquid water. You're in the middle of space, and shouldn't it be frozen? It has something to do with Jupiter's gravitational pull on the moon. Is that right?
Absolutely. So Jupiter's gravitational pull creates these tides, and the tides create heat. So there's the moon called Io of Jupiter that's all volcanoes. So it's too close to Jupiter, and there's too much heat. So they're just volcanoes going off daily. Europa is a little bit farther away, so it's melted the ice. It's just the right amount of heat for that.
Isn't that crazy?
That's the question, though. On Earth, where there's water, there's life. On Europa, where there's water, mermaids.
Okay, realistically, mermaids. I like that better. Realistically, in our lifetime, will we get the information of more than just circling? That we actually get to put a probe in, actually get to find out what is in the water, what the water is capable of.
Oh yeah, I mean,
think?
I think Europa is the number one place to go. I mean, Mars is way up there also.
Yeah.
The plus on Mars is closer, so we can get there. But yeah, going to Europa, I think definitely in our lifetime we're going to be sending some things there. There's some minor problems, like we've never made a drill that could drill that far down in ice, let alone a robotic one, let alone a submarine,
years away.
let alone
a billion miles, whatever.
Just a few little steps we got to go, but this is definitely the most exciting one. So I think in my lifetime we're going to drill through there, and we're going to see what's going on down there.
Isn't that neat?
That's incredible.
I want to show you a piece of video just because I think it's one of the cooler things that I've seen. And I've seen these SpaceX rockets land like on pads out in the water before, but I've never seen quite. Tanner, do we have that video? So explain what's happening right here.
Yeah, so this is a rocket that launched off, and then they're coming back down to basically dock again. So it's like reusable. Now, I got to be honest, all those flames on the side scare me, so I don't really like that idea. But you know, like I was like, don't burst the flames, don't burst the flames. So this is really a cool engineering thing that they're doing, and it's a way to can you dock into this thing? So this opens up some possibilities for future missions. Yeah, pretty cool video, that's for sure.
Yeah, so sharp.
I still don't like all those flames.
Flames,
on the side,
we don't like flames.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, no, I get that. Before we let you go, I know you've got the event coming up for the Supermoon. Anything else we need to know about?
Yeah, so people want to know what else happened, go to my website, astrodean.com. I have an online class tomorrow night, teach you how to find the stars and constellations. It's a great one for all families, for all ages. And then Wednesday, Alt Park, Supermoon. Come see us there. It should be fun.
Love it. Dean, we always love when you visit. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Hey, my
You're
pleasure.
so full of good stuff.
Yeah, he's got all the nuggets.
I love how you guys are getting into the space news stuff. So
we're geeked about it. We love it.
You're best friends.
I'm excited that you're excited.
You can always get local stories right here on YouTube, but go ahead and hit that subscribe button to get notifications to stay in the know.